rooted beyond the ground. My family treats it beneath me as I'm stepping out of bounds, because this ground is sacred. So I worship the steps that I take to make it, because even the most complex solutions can't start without the basics. I look towards God to guide me and to protect me from myself. All the pain that's been inflicted, all the suffering I've been dealt. I want to walk in the footsteps of my ancestors so I can taste the blood that runs through me. After all, my personality is just a part of me that you see. I want to know if they were heroic or deceitful. I just hope they wasn't evil. Maybe I was a descendant of royalty. If I was alive back then, I wonder if they would spoil me, or maybe I'll be fighting for my life, plagued by disease. After all, life has a way to humble you and bring you to your knees. I wonder if they'd be proud by the path that I chose, or be disappointed, because whilst others move around me, I just seem to lie low. The type to be walking on a tightrope with a blindfold. I never had my own opinion. I feel like I lived most of my life with my eyes closed. But let's think about the benefits. See, modern society has far surpassed the way they live their lives, but I do imagine, what if I could see the world through their eyes? Back in the Victorian times, lifespan was low. You'd be lucky to live to 40. If I became sick, there was no easy solution. A little medicine wouldn't cure me. Imagine a time where bathing was a luxury, where overpopulation was the norm, and even the rich weren't living comfortably. The poor were like flies swatted away, whilst the middle class could afford the basic things, but it was nothing like today. The air full of black smoke due to the pollution. And what's there to do for fun? Nothing like a freak show or a public execution. There was no freedom to express your art. Buskers were arrested for performing. And that's why secret groups started forming. Slavery had been abolished, but the after effects still remained, with black people treated like animals prodded in a cage. And modesty was a must for women. Even showing your ankles would have had you mocked and ridiculed. This is a time where you're expected to fall in line, because nobody was ever critical. But let's step back a little further. In a world where stepping outside would probably lead you to being murdered, because there was no police and criminals ran the streets. Imagine sleeping in a death trap with puddles of urine at your feet. The Industrial Revolution made things more accessible for the public, whilst hygiene was way more disgusting. For every 1,000 children born, half wouldn't live past the age of 2. And every day is a blessing when you don't know what age you'll make it to. Entertainment was like a pay-per-view. From opera to theatre, imagine where you could take it to. And without government support, families were left to fend for themselves. You can't just go to a friend for some help, because most likely your friend needs the help. And education was a privilege and not a right like today. The poor would barely sleep at night, and after fighting a day, the 1700s may have been a difficult time for sure, but let's take it back a little more. A place where my heritage began as a Turkish Cypriot man. This is a time where women had no rights and sold to the highest bidder for auction, where workers are given no rights and would literally die of exhaustion, where the norm was extortion, where women were raped and told it was a crime to have an abortion. And there was 90% in poverty, because they lived in an agrarian economy. Because my history is suffused in mystery that's more complex than a dictionary, because this ground is sacred. So I worship the steps that I take to make it, because even the most complex solutions can't start without the basics. Thank you guys.